Hi guys, hope everyone's well and hope you're having a good time. And today we are talking about how I personally scan my colour and black and white film. So this is going to be probably a lengthy video, so we're just going to get cracking into it. Basically, I'm going to show you how to scan 35 and medium format 120 film, and in another video I will show you how to make these contact sheets. So we'll be mentioning this in my workflow. Okay, so right, without further ado, let's get involved. So this is the scanner that we're going to be using today to do our film. This is the Canon 9000F Mark II. Now, there are plenty of other sort of commercial scanners that are much better than this. This is just my solution, and I quite like it because it gives the best of both worlds, really. Basically, it's a commercial scanner that when you lift up, as you can see, there is a strip there. You can see that. That will be able for you to use your 120 and, if it will focus, there we are, and your 35mm film. Let's start by putting and loading some 35mm film in here. This is the normal sort of like flatbed from the Canon 900F. I take it out obviously because you need it so it can scan the film, but I tend to use it just as a flat surface just to lift it off the table. So first of all, we will take one of these out like so and lift it up, and as you can see here, it's saying that the wording on the film needs to be read backwards. So we'll take our lovely bit of, I think this is, what is this? This is the Kentmere 400 film this is we're using. So just going to very gently use that, flip it back round, I had it right the first time. So emulsion side upwards is the best way of doing it. And what you do, you get it to the edge, and there's some little grooves just at the end, and you delicately put that, oops, that is one thing that you try not to do, curvy film, which is an absolute pain in the arse. Put it in these bits, like so, and then gently fold the film out, and then put these down. Now, you can see that that is actually flat now, or as tight, you know, as flat as tight as it can be. There is a bit of flex in these plastic ones, but I find for this sort of thing, it does do, you know, quite a good job. And again, if I just take this out a second, with the, spin it around this way, with the 120, again, the roll has to be backwards. So if I just get a bit of 120 film here, I think we've got, yeah, let's try these. I think we've got some Florna to have a look at. This is an old Pentax 645. So as you can see, the from the 120 to the 130, an absolute massive difference in the size of the negative there. Why a lot of people choose 120 over 35mm film. Again, so we can see that it says Fuji looking that way, so we're going to flip it round, being very delicate, or as delicate as we can be. Put it into these grooves so it lines up, which it does. There we go, and pop it in. Hear all the clicks, look at it all, and absolutely brilliant. We've got a nice flat film that we can now scan. We've put our film into the scanner. So I'm going to go to our scanning software. This is just the normal, like you can see there, the Canon IJ scan utility. Now it has loads of bits and features for other things. What we're interested in is scanning our film. So we need to go to here, which is scan gear. Now, as you can see, these are the previews of previous scans that I've done on there for black and white film that I think I used this in the Pentax. So the Pentax NE Super, when I was just testing it out to basically make sure that it was actually working and there's no light leaks, etc. So we're in the advanced mode. I would highly recommend anyone to do that, because the basic mode, I don't want to put it in because it will reset everything. But basically, it is It's basic. It'll get you through it. If you just have a load of old negatives that you just want to do and you don't want any control, then fine, keep it on basic. I have it on advanced and I have it on a fine setting. So we're scanning currently some black and white film. So we need to make sure that it's on monochrome and it's a negative film. Grayscale, we have it on there. You can either have it on normal grayscale or 16-bit. It really does depend on what you kind of want to achieve. Just for this, I'll just leave it on grayscale. Optical resolution. This scanner says it will go to 9,600 dpi. I tend to find that it's about 4,000 dpi, the optical. My flow is I will scan a load of negatives at 1200. And then what I will do is I'll produce a contact sheet, which you'll see on the screen now. And this contact sheet I then use and clip to the boards. And if I ever want to scan another thing, say another image, I will then put it back into this software and I'll scan at 4,800. A scan that I'm doing for either some want to print for a fine art project or just want to make a print for myself. That's what I'll tend to do there. Image adjustments, I just have it as photo. I don't have any sharpening on at all. Grain correction I don't want on because I just don't like it. Brightness correction I keep to about medium because I think that kind of gives us the best sort of atmosphere for it. And then high quality on. And that's basically all I do. So now I tend to press preview. It will say it will delete the previous ones that you've done. That's fine. Press OK. And then the scanner will warm up quickly and it will just scan the strip of film that we've got currently. So as you can see, it's a pretty quick pre-scan here. And there we are. It's picked up the 6 bits of film that we have on here. Well, the photos from the strip. So as you can see, that these 2 at top, they're fine. They're in the right orientation. These 3 here aren't. So let's sort that out now. On this, really simple. You just go up to the top here. See, it says rotate. And you literally just rotate them. Get that off because whole image. And you just click on the border and rotate them. Simple as that. That's all you need to do. And I think, apart from 3... because I've obviously missed my exposure there a bit. I want all of these. So I'm just going to select these here. As you can see, that I don't want. I want whole frame. So you can just select, if you have like guides and stuff, you can just select the whole thing, but I just do the whole image. So basically what I'm trying to say is that the scanner has automatically picked up the image within the frame line itself. You can do it with borders if you want to, but I tend to just leave it as is. So there we are. We've selected our 5 images that we want, and then literally I just click scan. So as you can see, it's selected the 5 frames. Usually, it's about 3 minutes in total. So it's not, it's a good amount of time, but it's not a huge amount of time. Usually, if I'm doing it on the 4,800, it's probably taking 3 to 8 minutes per image, and that's giving you a really big detail. And what I tend to do, I put these in a folder called film scans, and then on the day I will put them in different folders for date and time and stuff like that. But I will show that in a minute once we've completed our scans. See, now we've scanned, the scanning is complete. It says select an action, retouch and save images, or scan other images. Now, what I'm going to do, I always just do scan other images because I always do quite a lot of batch images. So I'll have maybe 2 or 3 rolls that I'm trying to do at once. So without further ado, I will just press scanning and we shall scan some colour negative. Let's do let's do 120 colour, and then I might show you if we've got enough time to do some 35mm colour as well. Okay, so now we put our colour 120 film in, so we need to change a few settings now. So basically we need to go up here and we need to go a color negative, and it will start processing images. Obviously it will do the images that you've already done, so don't worry about that at all. It won't affect those. So again, 120 DPI for just a quick preview, output flexible and everything on, and you just basically hit the preview button again to get our scans up. Again, it will say, do you want to delete the previous ones? Yes, we do, because we've already saved them. They're saved. There's no worry about the scans being lost, so we just press OK. Okay, so it's brought up our 4. I think I've obviously put the film in the wrong way or something, because they're all the different way. So let's just flip them round like so. Now, as you'll see, there is a aberration on this. My Pentax 645 did have a light leak, or a believed light leak. We don't know, because I didn't do further tests. I basically kept it as an ornament after I saw these photos. But anyway, here's the 4 that we want. So we'll just select those. You can just go up here and select them all. I just tend to do it manually because I'm just a bit old school like that. Right, so anyway, I'm very happy with these. Let's just scan these and press scan. As you can see there, it took a little bit longer for the 120 because it's a bigger negative. There's more information within the photo, so then it will take a little bit longer to scan on your preferences. Now, there is another way you can do this. I'm just going to click OK. So obviously we've done this as a negative thing, and it's just completely converted. Canon have done it, and this is, for anyone, probably the best way of doing it if you're just getting involved in photography, film photography specifically, and you just want a quick and easy way to do to convert your negatives, your film negatives, either a colour or black and white, and having them basically good to go with a few tweaks that you can do in Photoshop later on. Okay, so we've done all our film. Now we just need to go and find it in the folder that we've done. So this image garden thing is a bit annoying. It always pops up after every time you do it. Just ignore that one, and we will go to our pictures. And this is just where I keep everything. So as you can see, if we go further down, here are the photos that we've done. So let's just have a quick pop up and see what they are. So as you can see, this is completely unedited, undone. This is just as the scanner does them. So as you can see, these have been like scratched up and really heavily marked up, these films, so don't worry about that. This one is a bit better, so we'll probably pick this one. I might pick the flag as well, and again, this is the 120 film, so ignore this because this is a light leak and it is quite bad, but the scan quality isn't too bad, I find personally. It suits me to the ground. There's many other options that you can do, such as Negative Lab Pro that you can do, or scanning the actual raw negative itself and then doing a conversion in Photoshop, which I'll probably do in another video, to be honest with you, because I'm quite intrigued to see the differences compared to the scan that comes straight from the Canon, and then actually making it scan the raw negative itself and then doing the changes in Photoshop. So I'll be quite interested in that. But I'm very happy really with these results, about everything that comes up, especially here. Look, I mean, I'm very happy. Remember, this is only the 120. Sorry, this is the 120 at 1200 DPI, and I'm happy with it. Yes, there is a little bit of noise in here, or grain, whatever you want to call it. But that, when you kind of print stuff, doesn't actually come through as bad as we're pixel peeping. Right, guys, that is how I scan my colour and black and white 120 and 35mm film. I hope that's been informative for you all. Sometimes it does come across a bit difficult, but trust me, it really isn't. And once you get a couple of hours under your belt, it's just a breeze, and you pick up your own workflows. What I do want to just quickly mention is this is the digital contact sheets that I was mentioning. I will do a separate video on this. I just think that it's a really handy way of doing it. So what I tend to do is when I get all those low-res scans that we do, I then put them into a contact sheet format like this. I then go over with a paintbrush to say, no, this one, I've clearly missed the exposure. I just don't like that one at all. Here, like this, I want to crop. A question mark, don't know why I took that, but, it's just a very handy visual note to myself just to see, like, how things are going on. So, say if I want to, this is a photo here, this is Fairy Tale for one of my limited edition prints. If I want to find that, I know exactly. Like, I look quickly, there's Fairy Tale. It is in this set of contact sheet. Well, sorry, in this set of negatives. which I can rescan and do later on if I need to. What I tend to do is, this is quite a very old school method of doing it. I say old school, it's like more like a hybrid old school method. I mean, normally you would have all your contacts, you would do a contact sheet and darkroom print it and stuff like that. This is just a digital format of that whole process. Most people will tend to do their scans, put it in a time, date sort of format and keep it on a hard drive and then re-look at that with keywords and stuff like that. For me, again, I much prefer this. It gives me a visual note of what's on the negatives and it just gives me a very quick way of doing things. But anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed that. There will be some more film-related stuff, especially me looking into maybe Negative Lab Pro, if that's what you're interested in, or scanning the raw negative data and then doing a conversion, say colour conversion, in Photoshop, because I'm actually quite interested in seeing, comparing the two. If I scan one with a Canon 900F and then the raw data and then putting it into Photoshop, is there a difference? Is there a better difference in quality? That's going to be another video. Again, as well, I'll also do a video on how to making one of these, and there will be as well, which when I have time and get round to it, there'll be a review of the Nikon F5. There will be a review of the Pentax ME, another camera that I've got coming, which is really exciting, and then a very interesting point and shoot that I picked up in a car boot. But all of these are going to be separate videos for a future time. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for all the support that you've shown on the videos previously, and have a good day. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, take care.